so good to see you safe.
Okay, Mega.
Hello and welcome to Gamerversity, and today I, the king of Kabooblers, Mr. Kaboobler, headmaster of Gamerversity, I am going to be playing Mega Man 11. Mega Man, I have played all the mainline Mega Man so far, and I re-uploaded it to this Gamerversity site, and you can watch them all. And so I must play Mega Man 11. Right now I'm shopping for things in the store. Auto shop. Gotta like to shop. And now we're going to fight the next guy. Bounce Man. He's made out of bouncy things. Probably a whole little ball collection that got put inside his stomach. So, you know, those little bouncy balls, the ones that you would find in the capsule machines. Yes, Dr. Wily filled a robot full of bouncy balls and then sent him on his way. It was one of his, like, drunk projects. He was very, very drunk when he made that. And he made a whole funhouse level for him to play in. Everything's so bouncy. This was actually originally going to be a theme park that Dr. Wily was inventing during the leaner years. Back in 2004, Dr. Wily was designing this theme park to try to recuperate some of the costs because he was no longer doing all the big government contracts or anything like that. He had actually been disgraced for a little while. It was something inappropriate that he did with the governor's wife. I legally can't talk about it. But Dr. Wily, you know, after a little while, things cooled down. It took another 3 to 4 years. The governor he had some scandal issues of his own. And all of a sudden, Dr. Wily was welcomed back into the office with open arms, and he was allowed to design his robots. And so he designed a bouncy robot prototype. That robot was used from 2006 to 2008. And basically all it did was sit there and eat cheeseburgers. Just a lot of cheeseburgers. Dr. Wily could no longer afford or had the desire to feed all these cheeseburgers to this robot. This robot that did nothing else but eat cheeseburgers, so he was scrapped. He was scrapped and a new Bounce Man was formed. Bounce Man 2 was born from the ashes of Woodman. Woodman all the way from Mega Man 2. But Dr. Wily realized that no matter what he did, he couldn't make wood bouncy. And he couldn't have a robot called Bounce Man that didn't bounce around. So he tried using balloons. But the robot would constantly pop. That's right. The robot would constantly pop or deflate. And he found that he would have been far too easy for Mega Man to puncture. So he made him out of lead balloons. But he couldn't make the lead bouncy. Oh, what a dilemma Dr. Wily faced. He had all these failed Bounce Man robot prototypes, but nothing to do with them. So what did he do? He sold them to Disney. And then Big Hero 6 was made, and that white creature in Big Hero 6. Baymax. Yes, his name was Baymax. He was made from Dr. Wily's designs. And what a fantastic design it was. But then it was ruined. It was ruined because Dr. Wily snuck into the offices late at night and put a little bug in the bonnet. That's right. He popped Baymax. He popped him with a giant spear. A giant spear that he got from Yamato Man. You know, Yamato Man from one of the earlier Mega Man games. I think it might have been Mega Man 6. Ah, this part, yes. All these hands are inappropriately touching Mega Man. I think Mega Man might have to, like, sue Dr. Wily for sexual assault. Look at all these hands inappropriately touching him. Oh, and look, it's a frog. It's a frog. It's a bouncy, bouncy, bouncy frog. It goes up, it catapults itself with its frog-like tongue, and it totally destroys Mega Man. But will Mega Man prevail against the bouncy frog? We shall see. And Mega Man has destroyed the frog. That's right, there will be no frog legs. Oh no, another frog. So it's this robot that keeps on inflating new robot frogs. That's genius. Dr. Wily could have patented that idea and made billions. A robot that makes inflatable frogs. Just think of the possibilities. Cereal box mascots. Amusement park mascots. Rock band mascots. Video game mascots. And a McDonald's mascot. Yes, McDonald's would do well with a giant inflatable frog. Oh, look at those robots. Trying to get all touchy-feely with Mega Man. All their hands going up and down, left and right. Beat the Bird is always there to save the day. Good old Beat the Bird. I think I only have one more beat left. After then, there must be a new beat. Mega Man must find a new beat. Well, those robots look like they're some sort of disease capsule. Better not touch them, Mega Man. You might get the robot flu. Then you won't be able to beat Dr. Wily. You'll be sick in bed. So it seems this one is a little puzzle in determining which ones to shoot first and in which order. Or you can just use Rush. Kind of difficult with these things. The Rush has to be used at the perfect moment. Well, that's the easy way to bypass that puzzle. All you need is the little robot dog. Mega Man loves this little robot dog. They go on long walks together. Sometimes the robot dog gets sick and he sits out for a Mega Man game or two. There was a couple Mega Man games where he wasn't there. I heard that he was very ill with robot influenza. I'd go to this amusement park. You just bounce everywhere. It would be fantastic. Oh, those sneaky robots. It sounds like such a good time. Boingy, boingy, boingy. Oh, what jolly fun. I think this didn't turn into a proper theme park because the liability issues would be way too severe. I think many people would suffer broken bones trying to bounce around on these balls all over these obstacle courses. But Mega Man can do it with ease because he is a Mega Man, not a weak man. The game is not called Weak Man, it is called Mega Man for a reason. Weak Man tried to go against Dr. Wily, but he didn't succeed, he was far too weak. So they brought in Mega Man. That's why Mega Man always wins. He is very mega. Oh, those blast shield things, those were around since the early games. But they do redesign them somewhat and give them a nice fresh coat of paint. I have to say, it looks very good in Mega Man 11. In fact, this game just looks very good all around. It's definitely the best looking Mega Man game yet. This is definitely one of the more difficult sections in the level. It's kind of difficult to gauge your jumps when you're jumping on these balloons. I heard Wily used some sort of super helium that he developed, so you can bounce as hard as you want on the balloon and it won't pop. He had patented the design, and we're not allowed to see it, but I have my best men on the case. They are looking into it as we speak, trying to determine Wily's dark secrets. Ah, we have a mini-boss. The giant inflatable frog. And it can stick on nothing apparently. But the real enemy is not the frog. No, it is the mini robot that inflates the frog. And look at it jump around, all jolly. What a nice, happy frog. It's a shame we have to pop it. Oh, and it spits out those little disease bots. It'll give Mega Man the robo-influenza. Dr. Wily sure seems to have a fascination with having Mega Man slapped on the backside. Or maybe these were just remnants of some other device that he was using for something else for other purposes. It's really quite hard to say. It would make sense for Dr. Wily to recycle his creations in such a way. If he can find a use to destroy Mega Man, then why wouldn't he? Oh, it's those touchy-feely robots again. They come out of nowhere and ruin your day. They just jump out with their creepy hands moving up and down, up and down, up and down. This better not have been a theme park designed for children. Maybe that's why Dr. Wily stopped making it and just devoted it to a Mega Man destroying area. It seems to be working because it is definitely the most difficult level so far. But I would also argue that it is also quite brilliant. Oh, those touchy-feely robots. They're always getting in my business. Ah, those must have been Dr. Wily's specialized hair dryers. He converted them into Mega Man death machines. Brilliant. Oh, he came back. Oh. It's somewhat difficult sometimes to make the proper jumps on those balloons. Most jumps are high, but then you get this really low jump every now and then. And you better not be trying to get a high gap. Yes, that one section is incredibly aggravating. But it will be destroyed, and it will conquered. I will conquer it, for I am the King Kaboobler, the War King. I will destroy all of Wily's creations, and I will wage war against any who dare oppose me, including that little bugger. That little bugger is going down. I just defeated one of the touchy-feely robots, and another comes 2 seconds later, coming out of the ground at such a speed that only a robot of a touchy-feely, creepy nature could do. Ha! Take that, touchy-feely robot. And I will get your brother as well. Ha! I got you both. You have both been defeated at the hands of the king. Now the rest shall bow before my majesty. Oh, those robot balloons may look innocent enough, but you don't want to touch them. They are filled with hot death. Oh no. Yes, see, such an expert jump. An expert jump that dodged all the obstacles. Unlike that jump. Yes, it seems these cannons must be destroyed. They cannot be dodged. They must be eliminated. And eliminated they shall be. For the king has spoken, for it shall be done. Gotta love those trampoline jumps. Dr. Wily really does have a bit of a sense of fun, doesn't he? Yes, you need to be at a higher elevation to truly make a good jump on those. So I must go back on top. This was for going up purposes, not going down purposes. And the arrow tells you where to go. And there is the Robot Master. We just must defeat one of these virus robots. One of these influenza robots that exist only to make you sick. Well, not you. Robots. And now it is time for the comedy of Bounce Man. Let's see what he has to say. Yes, he's pretty much just like Clown Man. Clown Man from... oh, what was it? Mega Man 8? Yes, he is just like Clown Man from Mega Man 8. In fact, this must be Clown Man version 2.0, renamed Bounce Man. He even has the same voice. And he breaks himself apart. That's just brilliant. Such dexterity for such a large robot. But he goes down before the might of Mega Man. Now let's see what wonders we received. What is our special weapon this time? The Bounce Bullet. The Bounce Ball. Oh, very nice. A cool little ricocheting weapon.